first grade. Last week we introduced a little bit of greater than, less than, and equal to, right? And so we were comparing the quantity of numbers. So if it was greater than, we would say, you know, last week it was like 42 is greater than 15, right? Because 15 is bigger than, 42 is bigger than 15, so it's greater than. All right, so we're thinking about greater than, and today we're gonna learn the symbols that go with each phrase. So greater than, we are going to think about an alligator, okay? And the alligator always needs the biggest meal. He's always the most hungry, so he needs to eat the biggest number that he can, okay? So he's always he's always trying to eat the biggest number, okay? And then less than, okay, should go the other way. And then equal to, just like our equations, okay? So we got the equal to symbol, greater than. So the alligator, the most important thing is the alligator always eats the bigger number. So if I have 42 and 15, which way is the alligator going to go? Is the alligator going to go and eat the 42? Or is the alligator going to eat the 15? Well, absolutely, the alligator has to eat the 42 because that's the bigger number. Okay, just imagine those like fish, right? So if the alligator had the choice between eating 42 fish and 15 fish, he's gonna pick the one with the bigger number of fish because he's so hungry and he needs the bigger number, okay? So always, 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 the alligator always eats the bigger number, okay? Now, if these two numbers were, let's say, 10 and 10, well, those two are what? They're equal, right? They're equal to, so you put the little equal, the equal sign, okay? So we are going to do a few of these. I'm going to put those symbols up right here, and then we're just going to put them inside, okay? So we're going to do 24, and here's 4. What's going to go in the middle? I'll put a circle here. 24, is 24 greater than 4? Is 24 less than 4? Or is 24 equal to 4? Well, 24 is greater because it's bigger, so the alligator is going to eat the 24. And you see sometimes Miss White puts those little teeth marks to remind you that it's an alligator, right? So the alligator is eating that 24. Now, what about this one? What if I had 3 and I had 15? Ooh, switched it up. We just read it left to right like we did last week. 3, is it greater than 15? Is it less than 15? Or is it the same as 15? Well, 3 is less than 15, so the alligator is now turned the other way because it's still eating that bigger number. So the alligator is going to eat the bigger number. But when we say it, we read it just like we read books, left to right. 3 is less than 15. 24 is greater than 4. Now, if I had 4 and 100, that alligator is still eating the bigger number, which is going to be 100. And we would say 4 is less than 100. So there's actually 3 little symbols, right? So it's the greater than, the less than, or the equal to, that you have to figure out which one we need, okay? Which one would make sense, okay? If you read it and it doesn't make sense, then it's not the right symbol. But if you read it and you're like, yeah, that's good to go, then you're good. What if I had 36 and 35? Again, what does the alligator want? The bigger number. So the alligator's eating the bigger number. Okay? What's our next one? Ooh, 21 and 12. Point to which one's bigger. Which one is the alligator going to eat? Ding, 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 21. So again, the alligator, the symbol's gonna look like this. And this is what that symbol looks like if you don't have the little teeth, okay? Just looks like that. It's kind of like a sideways carrot. Okay, what about 23 and 32? Oops. What's gonna go, 23 or 32? 23, 32. Well, alligator's definitely gonna eat the bigger number, which is 32. Good. Okay, and a few more. We have, let's see. $13 and 3. 13 is greater than 3. Here for my challengers, we have 101 and 118. What goes in the middle? Which one is greater? That one's greater. So the alligator is eating the 118, okay? And we read it, 101 is less than 118. This one is up. 13 is greater than 3. So it has to make sense to you. A lot of times I say it out loud so I can hear myself say it, and then I can really understand, does that make sense? Okay? All right. So we have symbols for greater than, symbols for less than, and equal to. So instead of writing out those words, equal to, less than, we can substitute those words for these 3 symbols. And that lets everyone know, first of all, what you're comparing, and if it's less than, greater than, or equal to. They can understand that by just looking at those symbols, okay? So 2 things I want you to do today. I want you to practice just drawing the symbols, because sometimes it's a little tricky at first. So just practice making those angles down, okay? I mean, everyone should be very comfortable with the equal sign, but these 2 in particular, okay? And you do not have to draw the teeth. Those just kind of help you remind yourself that those are, like that's an alligator and that it's always eating the bigger number, okay? So just practicing those is the first thing I want you to do on a plain piece of paper, okay? And when you think that you got it, you don't need any more practice, then I want you to, with those symbols, you're gonna do these 4 problems, okay? So after I write them, then that's a good time to pause the video, and then you can copy them down on this sheet of paper, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna list some. So we have 14, and I'll just put like a little line there for you to decide. So you're gonna figure out what's in the question. So what's the symbol? Okay, and we have 27. We have 13 and 13. And let's see, we have 110, 101. Okay, so all the question marks, that's what you're gonna figure out. Is it going to be, which symbol is it going to be? Okay? All right, sweet. So pause the video and then figure out those 3, and we'll see you next time.